Oh, you're gonna have fun editing this, aren't you?
Oh, hi there. I'm your host, Ethan Ryder. This week, your one and only Donald Trump talked tax reform in North Dakota. But that's not only what he did. Just take a look.
I just said to the governor, I didn't know you had droughts this far north.
Donald, darling, you know what? I just can't. But don't worry, this isn't where it ends. The Donald then went to talk about how what Houston was going through is a lot worse than what North Dakota is going through.
And I know you have a little bit of a drought. They had the opposite, believe me. You're better off.
And they said that they were reining this president in.
Wrong.
He did eventually go on and talk about tax reform though, and it basically ended up in a ramble which made less sense than one of my videos.
Wrong.
Taking the spotlight off of America now though, and I know it's hard, it's like taking the spotlight off of Hillary Clinton's emails during the 2016 election campaign, but we're going to try and do it together. I'm here for you, you're here for me, let's do this. Theresa May could be in for a shocker, as it seems like a court in Northern Ireland is going to investigate the deal with the DUP, which could apparently be in breach of the Good Friday Agreement. What does this mean?
Strong and stable.
Please no, I can't take another election.
You're joking. Not another one?
Well, this isn't where the trouble begins for Theresa May, believe it or not. The Prime Minister is now looking at a rebellion from both sides of the party.
You're joking.
One from the pro-EU Tories who want a softer Brexit, and one from the Tories that want, basically, a clearer timeline to fuck up the country.
Strong and stable.
Who's laughing now, apart from the whole of Europe?
Wrong.
And on some somewhat lighter news, William and Kate are having another baby.
Well, plenty more to come from here, of course. None of it news, because that'll come from Buckingham Palace. But that won't stop us. We'll see you later. Rachel.
Simon, I love you.
Wrong.
And that was the week that was. Now my guest this week, she's known as the sarcastic queen of YouTube.
Wrong.
Let's take a look at Ellen Stephenson's best bits. I probably should have saved that not so best bits joke for this week because they're really not best bits.
So I was at Summer in the City last weekend. Let's go!
And Ellen joins me now. It's great to have you here.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm confused, but hi.
Why are you confused?
Because this is very confusing because it's like talking there, you're here.
So, what do you want to start off with? I was thinking we could start off with how you ended up coming on this show.
Well, I'm sure me and you will have two very different stories. The true story is you would not stop banging on about getting me on the show, quite rightly so.
Oh yeah.
And I just gave up in the end. You know, I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to do some community service for a while and giving back to the community, and here I am.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the real story.
For sure, for sure.
So that note that I've got on my phone is nothing to do with the real story?
Hey, okay, I remember none of that. This is all allegedly. I want to see receipts.
Yeah, I think we'll leave that. You could do a story time on your channel about that. It might actually get some views for once.
Oh, read me. I live.
So, I'm going to start off with asking you a deep question here.
Loves it.
Why do you do YouTube?
Why do I really don't know. And do you know what? Many people in my comment section ask me that every day. They go, why the fuck are you doing this to us?
So it's not for the money?
Pardon?
It's not for the money?
Well, you know, I've just made so much and it's just, it gets too much, you know, when you look at your bank balance and you're like, whoa, Google, stop sending me all this money. It's like, whoa, it gets so overwhelming. I do YouTube because I genuinely don't know why I do YouTube at this point.
I was expecting, I do YouTube because I love making content, I love meeting my viewers.
I do. Okay, so I do love making content. I've been like up and down of like not really knowing where I stand on YouTube, and I'm having like a bit of, you know, when like 16-year-olds like go off to Thailand to like find themselves and stuff like that. I feel like I'm doing that equivalent but on YouTube at the moment, trying to figure out where I am, what I'm doing.
Have you found yourself?
Annoying people. I have not. Have you found me? I don't know where the fuck I am.
I don't even think I found you last week in Sitsy. You were just
I
like
would just disappear all the time.
dispersed, yeah.
No, lots of people said that actually. I do have a tendency of just like walking off and then not really telling people where I'm going. And then people will be like, where the fuck are you going? I'm like, oh, where the fuck did you go? And I just like walked off all the way over there.
Yeah.
So I started making videos because I wanted to find a way to, this is going to sound really generic, express myself creatively. And I couldn't do that in my normal day-to-day life, so I had to do it on the internet in a non-dodgy way without telling anyone that I was doing it.
A non-dodgy way, that sounds so...
Well, that's the thing. You tell people, oh, I want to express myself with a camera in my bedroom. People's minds will automatically go running off. I have to rein it in.
We left a tripod, me and Jack and Pete, we left a tripod set up in our bedroom one morning and the maid came in. I'd love to know what she thought as she walked into the room.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was at VidCon Amsterdam and we were filming videos and the maid came in to change our sheets and we just like let her do it and we continued filming and literally there was a point where she just looks at the camera as if like, is this thing actually on?
Oh, I
and she's just like changing our sheets and we're like, yeah, come join. It was great.
So one thing I've noticed on your channel is you've got like this unique sense of humour, so to say.
Oh really? Thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment.
I guess you could say it was sarcasm. I don't know, do you think you come across as sarcastic?
I have never made a sarcastic comment in my entire life.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the most honest person. I'm the most truthful person. No, I am honestly one of the most sarcastic people and it gets me into a lot of trouble actually.
Where I was going to go with this is, do you think that sarcasm translates properly into online video, or do you think part of it gets lost?
I think if you have the right audience and people start to get to know you, like at this point, the people that watch my videos know to like not really believe anything I say. Even like most of the stuff I ever tweet is not a like actual representation of like who I am as a person. I always do stuff for like parody reasons. And so people have to get to a point where they're like, oh, okay, I get it. This is all just like fuckery. Like none of this is true. But I think like there's been like a couple occasions where people have come to my channel and it's the first video that they've ever seen and they're literally like, who the fuck is this bitch? Who does she think she is? Like I can't with this girl. And yeah, so it doesn't always transfer on video, but then sometimes it doesn't transfer in real life because I'll meet someone, I think I'm like overly polite and I think I'm doing a nice thing by being overly polite. So I'll go up to someone and I go, hi, so nice to meet you. And they'll think I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah,
because
you were telling me that at Summer in the City last week, yeah.
I just genuinely want to know how people are, and people like if like a waitress like gave me something and the normal thing would be like, oh cheers, I'll be like, oh thank you ever so much, and like that waitress will look at me and be like, bitch, don't, like I don't know what you're trying to do but just don't.
So you're generally just too sarcastic anyway, never mind on YouTube, in real life as well.
I'm just a polite person. My mama didn't raise no fool. I'm just a polite person.
Oh dear, I'm cringing.
Good. That's my main aim. That's the reason. You say, why did you start making YouTube videos?
To make people cringe.
There we go. Boom.
Do you ever worry though that people are going to take it the wrong way, or do you just like take it in its stride, they take it however they take it?
I never worry because the type of people that don't really get my sense of humour, chances are I probably don't really want them in my life anyway. And like, well, I'm not trying to be mean, but if you don't like me and my sense of humour, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
Because I clearly like, I just don't really value your opinion that much. Sorry.
Push them away, lock them out of your life.
It's fine, like continue doing what you want to do. If you want to have a vanilla sense of humour, then go for it. But yeah.
So do you have
God, I sound like such a bitch.
you don't sound like one, Ellen, you are.
I am, that's the thing.
That's why everyone loves you, because you're just upfront, honest bitch 24/7.
Yeah. I feel like a real housewife. of like the least glamorous place possible.
I came up to you and said, what do you think of this video? It's shit.
When? Who said that?
Me.
What do I think of what?
No, never mind. It was a joke. You just didn't get it.
Oh, huh?
Is there a limit to what you'll share online?
Yes. There's a whole bunch about my life that no one, like even internet friends, don't know about my life. Because most of my videos are like a parody or a character. And so I obviously don't share every single part of my life with people online, and that's kind of the way I want it to be, because if you put yourself out online and literally everything about you online, then what's the fun in that? Like, what's the surprise element? Like, that's just like treating strangers on the internet like your fucking diary.
I don't think...
And no one wants to watch that.
I don't think that you can share everything online as well. There's some stuff that, I don't know.
No.
I think there's a limit that even we don't know we've got, which we won't share.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
And it's just not entertaining to watch. If you were to watch someone crying about they don't know what they're doing with their life at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is a daily occurrence for me, that's just not entertaining. Unless you're Trisha Paytas, but like, that's just not entertaining.
Have you ever gone too far with what you've shared online or what you've shared to your viewers on Twitter, whatever?
I've gone, well, I don't think I've gone too far, but other people have thought that I've gone too far. A lot of my most watched videos are actually heavily disliked. I receive a lot of hate. I receive a lot of dislikes. My most viewed video is one that I thought was a really good idea, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Everyone's gonna find this hilarious and it won't have any consequences whatsoever. It turns out it fucking did. And people hated me for it. But I did one where I reacted to drag queen nudes, like famous drag queens. I found their nudes online, I reacted to them. People weren't very happy with that. People thought I was the worst person on the earth. Oh, how fucking horrible of this like straight white girl to like react to like gay guys' nudes. I didn't show anything. I put my face over all the penises. But like, what? And everyone just thought it was the worst thing I could have fucking done in the world.
I guess that would have come across as a bit homophobic as well, I guess. And then when you get to meet you, well,
I'm the least homophobic
I know you're
person in the world.
biggest support of LGBT that anyone could ever have, and then you do this, and I guess it could come across the wrong way if they don't know your content.
Again, like, if people want to think that, that's fine. If people think I'm homophobic, then they're not someone that I want in my
she's
life.
definitely...
Like, yeah, like, I know I'm not. All the important people in my life know I'm not, so it's whatever. Like, I just don't really pay attention.
So I'm guessing the hate that you get doesn't really affect you then, as it does to some other creators.
No, I find it hilarious because it's almost like they're just reaching inside my mind and saying everything that I think about myself. And so I'm just like, oh, relatable. I think that about me too. I love it.
Oh, God.
We have so much in common. We both hate me.
Brill. That means we have so much in common as well then.
Yeah. Let's just talk about how much we hate me for like the next hour.
I hate your voice. It's just your voice. It's really grating.
No, I hate my voice too. No one likes their voice though, do they?
No, when I first started editing videos, I could not stand my voice.
Same. That happens to literally every YouTuber.
It's like, does my voice really sound like that? It doesn't sound like that to me when I'm editing. It's like...
Sure.
And I still hate hearing my voice when my mom or anyone in my family's watching my videos with me around. I'm like, no, can you not do it, please?
I can't. Wait, if someone watches my videos whilst I'm in the room, like, it's too much. I can't.
I generally usually have to leave.
Yeah, same.
So, what's the best thing that's come out of YouTube for you?
The best thing that's come out of YouTube...
And if you don't say meeting me, we're done here.
Oh, clearly what's happening right now. I based my whole yearly schedule around today. The best thing about YouTube is the people I've met, and I'm going to sound really generic for a second and really like yeah, like kumbaya-esque. But like, oh, I've just met the most incredible people by doing YouTube, and I never, ever would have thought I would do that.
I know.
Because I was just like, oh, sorry.
No, just carry on. There's a bit of a lag.
Because before I started making videos, I'm gonna hold my hand up. I thought people who made videos online and people who made friends online were really weird and were like, oh, what's the point in that? Like, online friends are never gonna be actual friends. I used to be a dick, like thinking shit like that. Can I swear on this channel?
Yeah, go
Because I
ahead.
realised I've been swearing this whole time. And I used to think that, and then I started making videos, and then I actually found people that literally like some of my closest friends in the world right now who live across the world from me. And I take back everything I ever thought or said about like people who made videos online, because actual friendships can be formed via the internet, and it's beautiful.
It's pretty amazing, and I think the strangest thing is that before Summer in the City, did we even have a conversation? No, we did. I don't think we did we?
You helped me do a live
Yeah,
stream once.
And I came to you when I first launched NotSoLive, but apart from that, we'd never spoken, and then we met each other, and we got on, and I think that's been the same with everyone that I've met online, really. Like,
Well, we got on.
you just get on. If you do YouTube, you get on.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, like, there's an expectation that you're going to get on with everyone, and that's not true. Like, there's a lot of people I've met in like the small YouTuber community that like I don't necessarily get on with, and that's okay, because they don't get on with me, and that's fine. Like, no one has to get on with everyone. But for the majority of the time, because you all have something that like links you together, you all do something so fucking weird. Like, let's think about it for a second. We all film ourselves
In our bedrooms.
in our bedrooms, making really shit jokes. Like, that's just kind of, it's really fucking weird. And so we don't really have a choice but to bond over that, because like, who else does that kind of shit?
Exactly. I don't know, I can't remember who said it at the weekend. I think it was either Jack or Pete said it to me. The conversation never stopped flowing the whole weekend at Summer in the City. We were always, I don't know if it was like that with your friends as well, but we were always talking. It's like,
Yeah.
that's rare to happen with real life friends. You get these
Yeah.
pauses, but with YouTube, with us that we've met through YouTube, I guess it's because we see each other so little. We've got so much to share when we do see each other.
Yeah, and you want to make the most of your time together, and like, there's just certain things with I don't want to say in real life friends, because the internet is real life, but like, there's certain
Offline
things
friends.
like, there's certain things that with my offline friends, I can't talk to them about YouTube and how I do it and like the creativity side, or like bounce ideas off of people, because they just don't get it. As much as like they try to, they don't get it, and that's fine. But when you're with people who do it just as much as you, it's so fucking exciting to be able to like, oh my god, let's bounce ideas off each other, like da 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 da, and you're just like unleashing like this unexpressed idea machine that's in your head. It's great.
Yeah. And we all shoot each other's ideas down. We're like, no, that's shit, and we don't take it to heart. We're like, okay, maybe I need to rethink that.
Because the people that are closest to you, like family members or like really good friends, I think a lot of the time they'll be too afraid to kind of
Criticize.
say, oh, I don't think that's a good idea, because they're not people that also do this kind of stuff, and so they don't want to upset you, because they don't realize that how thick a skin you need to have to be on YouTube, whereas we all get it. Like, we all get that we have thick skin, and that's fine, and you know, we expose ourselves to like negative comments every single day whenever we upload a video, because anyone can comment anything. So that's like one of the best things about internet people, is being able to understand each other on that level.
I guess if an offline person got the comments that some of us get on our channels, they'd take it to heart and it'd really upset them. Like, like I've had people telling me to shove screwdrivers up my arse and twist it sideways until it killed me.
Yeah.
But like,
death threats are like a weekly occurrence for me. I get that.
but like for me at least, I've now learned how to take the hate, and it just bounces straight back off me. Well,
Well, when my mum found out about my channel, she watched videos, and then she looked at the comment section and she texted me afterwards. She was like, oh my god, I don't know how I feel about you doing this, because some of the people are really fucking mean. And I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, like, it's great, they're my fans.
How did your family find out? Did you tell them, or did they just find out like that?
Okay, so last year I went off to America to go to VidCon for my first time, and I kind of felt like I should probably tell them, because I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm randomly going off to America. Oh really? Who are you staying with? Well, like, people I met online. Like, I felt like I should probably tell them, so like that doesn't seem too weird.
Yeah.
But for ages, I was like, no one must know about this at all. Like, I didn't share it on any, like, social media that I was on. Like, I was just like, there's no way I ever want anyone to ever find anything of me online. And now I've got to a point where I just don't really care. Like, I don't shout it from the rooftop, but, like, I don't care if people find it.
Yeah. I guess that's the way to be with it, really. Where would you like to see your YouTube career go? If you can even call it a career. Can we call our YouTubes careers or not? I don't know. Do you have to be big to call it that? I don't know.
Have you made at least 1 penny off of YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we're making money. If we're gonna get technical, we made money.
It's still in my
off
account.
of it.
It's still on my YouTube account and my network account. But yeah, I have got money built up on there.
But that's still like a career if you want to get technical. So I don't really know what I want to do with YouTube. I originally started making videos because I wanted to have a place, all in one place, where I can showcase what I'm capable of doing creatively. My goal was never to be a YouTuber. Like, I say this a lot, and like it kind of makes people eye roll sometimes, but I'm not a huge fan of like YouTube culture.
Yeah.
I just don't really get it, which is weird for someone who's on YouTube to kind of say. But the reason why I'm doing it is to have a place where I can showcase what I can do in terms of like comedy and stuff. And it's almost like a portfolio for me to be like, okay, well, I've got all of this, now what can I do in the future? Like, how can I like progress on in the future? And I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but I don't really know where I want YouTube to go.
Does the idea of getting big on YouTube scare you?
It doesn't really scare me because I don't think it will ever be a reality. Like, I'm so far off of that being a thing that I have to worry about that I'm just...
3K, you're definitely on the road to becoming big. You've done the hardest part.
I don't know, like, I just don't really think about it. Like, every time someone watches me, like, a new person comes, I'm just so grateful for that, that I don't really think ahead.
No, I get what you mean.
Obviously, like, there is, like, I think it's ridiculous for people to be like, I don't want to grow at all, because obviously you want to be making videos and for what you're saying to be heard by other people, otherwise you wouldn't be saying it, you know? You don't, like, make a video and be like, oh, I hope nobody sees this whatsoever. Like, you do want people to watch, so there is, like, a sense of wanting to grow so you can have more people to talk to. But I don't know, like, the thought of like being big, it is scary, but I just try not to think about it, because again, like, I just don't think that that's going to be a thing. So I'm just like, okay, well, I might as well just like enjoy what I have now, and then if anything does happen later on, then it happens.
I don't think anyone really carrying on from what you were saying really doesn't want to be big. I know I used to say I didn't, but ever since I've started uploading, I've always wanted to hit limits on my views, and if I didn't hit those limits, then it kind of made me feel like, why am I doing this if no one's watching? Even though I absolutely loved creating the content, when your views drop and drop and drop, it just kind of put you down, really. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, like, a lot of my viewers came from, I hate saying that, a lot of the people that watch my videos came from like reaction videos that I did somewhat okay view-wise. And then you're like, okay, well that's fine, there's people coming to my channel. And then you make something that's an original idea that you put so much time and energy into, and then practically no one watches it. That's when it gets disheartening for me, because I'm like, okay, well, am I just gonna have to do reactions for the rest of like my YouTube thing to get people to watch me? Or like,
and that's going back to the YouTube culture debate and the algorithm and adpocalypse, as they're calling it now, all that sort of stuff.
For sure,
it's coming back to, you've got to be on trends. I don't like doing trends. Like, I like to make the videos that I like to make, and when I put all my heart into making videos and they don't do as good as, I don't know, Brit tries American Candy does, that's when it kind of hits you like, Jesus, why am I even doing this sometimes?
For sure. The whole, like, you know, for that example, Brit tries American Candy, that's very advertiser friendly, that's very Disneyfied, like that's just very like, oh great, like, you know, there's no worries here. Whereas when it gets really shit, when I, you know, start talking about or start making content that's very geared toward LGBT community, that's now suddenly, oh, that's controversial, that's not advertiser friendly. And so I get demonetized fucking all the time. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the point? Like, I'm going to continue making these videos because this is the video that I actually genuinely want to do, and that's what I'm passionate about. But I just can't expect to make any money off of it. So it's just like...
That's my point. I love making the videos that I enjoy making, but sometimes I get drawn into these holes of thinking like, why am I doing this when the views aren't as good as the trendy videos are? That's the kind of point that I wanted to get across there.
But I feel like every single like creator does have that one person that always comes back. You know, like everyone has that one like viewer that just always seems to come back.
Yeah.
Them for me is like why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like, if it sounds so cliche, but if like I make one person smile, that's my fucking job done. Like, that makes me happy enough. Like, I've just got to keep on reminding myself that.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, if I can change one person's life with a video that I upload, then that's made it for me. That's video successful. It doesn't matter if it's got 10 views, 20 views, 100 views, 1,000 views. If it's changed one person's life, that's it.
For sure.
Moving on. Have you got any inspiration on YouTube, or is it just all yourself?
No, I wouldn't be able to do like half the shit I do without having to go back to my like regular inspirations. I say this all the time, and I'm sure he's like fed up with me saying this, but a YouTuber called Jared Coons is my favorite person on the entire planet, because he's so fucking wonderfully weird. That he inspires most of what I do. His videos are conversations. They just really help me creatively. And I love trolling channels. Like, I love parody channels. Like, part of the reason why I started doing like kind of character vlogs was because of Trisha Paytas. She's like a big one for me in terms of being like that kind of like, is this girl being serious or is she not? That's what I love. Like, I would love to have videos where people genuinely don't know if I'm being serious or not. So she's a big inspiration for me.
The last thing I wanted to touch on this like main section is your Instagram. Where did the name Cats on Pizza come from?
Okay. So I don't know. I wanted to have, because Ellen Stephenson like always gets taken up on social media anyway. Like, my original, a lot of the times I make social media when like I'm drunk, and I'm not an alcoholic.
Really?
But like, it just so happens that like I happen to be drunk when I find a new social media. And so I was just like, okay, what are two things I like? Pizza, cats on pizza. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
Also, like, I don't really take any other like social media that seriously. Like, I barely use any other social media other than YouTube. Well, I use Twitter a lot, but like I don't care if I get followers on there. So like the kind of fuckery of just like weird face girl and cats on pizza, like it's just like, whatever.
See, I thought it was like some kind of fetish you had, like pineapple on pizza is not great, but then cats on pizza would be even worse.
Okay, pineapple pizza is a fucking bomb-ass choice, okay?
Shit.
Don't even
I was
go
hoping
there.
you were going to be on my side there.
No, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Have you like got any drunk, since you were talking about creating your Instagram while you were drunk, have you got any drunk memories you want to share?
Girl, every other day in my life is a drunk memory.
What about that Sitsy that I can pitch in on?
Okay, so... okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's a story time video. Basically, at Summer in the City, I was only meant to stay for 2 nights.
Oh god, yeah.
That was the plan. That was the plan. I went to the after party, which you went to.
I've got a story from there that I
was-
want to share about you as well.
Oh, great. Yeah, I love that. It was an open bar. Mama was taking advantage of that. I was having a great time. 2 drinks in my hand at every single moment. And I go back to my hotel room at about 5 in the morning.
It was later than that because we didn't get to, me, Jack and Pete didn't get back to our room until 6.
Yeah, so it was 5:30, whatever. And I had to be up at 11 o'clock in the morning. So drunk me, I was already up in my room and I was just about to go to sleep, and I was like, do you know what? There's no way I'm going to be able to wake up in like a few hours. There's no way I'm going to put myself through that. So I went downstairs.
I think
I went
everyone can
downstairs
imagine what you
and
did.
ordered another room for another night. And I was like, can I just like extend my like, originally I was like, can I just like extend it for like, I don't have to be out the room until like 7 at night. Like, I don't know why I was like that specifically. And I was like, actually, you know what? I'll just stay another night. Let's just stay another night. So like drunk me just spent 60 quid on another fucking hotel room because I didn't want to wake up in the morning. Like I was that lazy that I just was like, fuck it, I'll just buy another night.
Well, we
And
did
then
get
the
breakfast out of it the next morning. We did manage to go for breakfast on the Monday. Brunch.
We did. And it was a good choice. Like I woke up and I don't think I'd ever been that hungover. Like I don't normally get hangovers like at all. But I was staying on a hotel that was in the water. Like you had to like cross a bridge to get onto this hotel. You look outside of my window and it's just water. I woke up and I was like, I don't know if I'm seasick or what, but the room is genuinely spinning right now. And I've never been that hungover. So I was like, do you know what? Thank God that I don't have to travel back home today, because
We were all-
I am not feeling
We were
good.
all like that. I've seen some footage of me. Do you remember when we went outside looking for Pete and we were running around screaming Pete for about 10 minutes?
Do you know what? That's just, you know, a casual day for me. Whether or not I'm sober or not, I'll always be screaming for Pete. That's a lie. I'm not.
I'm lost for words on that.
What's your story?
That you dragged me down the
Oh, that was-
stairs to go.
Ah, right. Right, okay, so when
And the
I'm
best
drunk, I
thing was
get
he was
very...
stood at the bar when we got back in, and he'd not been outside for about half an hour.
I get very emotionally attached to like certain people when I'm drunk. So like if I hadn't spoken to someone as much as I wanted to that day, I get very like, I'm so sorry I haven't spoken to you as much as I wanted to. Let me just constantly talk to you the whole time. And for some reason, Pete was my decision that night. Like I just get very like, I just want to please everyone. I want to be polite to everyone. I want to talk to everyone. So I was very like determined to like, hi, let's have a normal conversation.
And then we got kicked out of the bar at 2 o'clock when it shut.
Yay! We did our job.
And then we went back and did shots of gin.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But then again, I don't really remember much other than the ordering a hotel room. So
That was when she's sobering up a bit.
yeah. And I was like making a sensible, well, what I thought was a sensible adult decision.
Yeah. But you and Jack went and spoke to those women as well.
meet the girls. Oh, it was great. Okay, so there was like this Irish woman that was having a cigarette outside her hotel room. I started talking to her and she was like, oh, I'm from Ireland. And I was like, oh, my family's from Ireland. And then she was like, oh, do you want to come meet me and my friends? Like, we've just come over from Ireland. We did nursing training 30 years ago and we haven't seen each other since. I was like, yes, let's go meet the girls. Let's go meet the girls. And so we sat with like a bunch of like 50-year-olds and we taught them about YouTube. We were telling them how we do YouTube. We were getting them to subscribe and they couldn't work out how to use their iPhones. It was great. It was great.
I'm glad I missed that.
Oh, it's great. You would have loved it.
Anyway, I think that brings us to the end of this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
What can people expect on your channel before we go? Plug yourself.
Expect to be underwhelmed and everything else will kind of work itself.
Just expect to want to unsubscribe after one video and you're sorted.
Yeah. That's good. I should put that on a business card.
I need royalties for that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Ellen.
Thank you for having me.
Ellen with a H.
Helen. Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, so the whole time I saw him at Summer in the City, Ethan would insist on calling me Helen because I told him a story about how my nan can't say the word Ellen. She only ever calls me Helen.
That's why she kept on telling me to fuck off in my blog. Don't worry, she doesn't really hate me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or do you?
Allegedly.
Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. That really sounded really like I didn't mean it, didn't it?
Yeah, you sounded like me. You sounded very sarcastic.
Anyway, yeah, so thank you.